I'm just trying to welcome back to my YouTube video. Sorry, I've been away too long. Work happened, so I wasn't able to do one recently, but I am now. And let's just get started right away because there's a lot of sports to get to. We're going to start in college football, specifically Pac-12 football. And if you've been under a rock, you know that the Pac-10 expanded to 12 teams this year. They got introduced Utah and Colorado into the fold this year, and the Pac-12 is on fire. Football has just gotten a huge boost here, and we're going to get started in the Pac-12 with USC. USC's had some problems already this year. They're not the USC that you're accustomed to. They're 3-1 right now, coming off a bad loss. A bad loss to Arizona State, who hadn't beaten them in 11 years. 11 years in college, that's a lot. There's player turnover, there's coach turnover. You're only around for 4 years at most, and for one school to just constantly beat one team shows how good that one school is at recruiting, and the other school is not. And USC has just been phenomenal at that over the past decade. We had Pete Carroll, and you had Lane Kiffin now, and it's just been phenomenal for USC. However, this past Saturday in Tempe, Arizona State comes out, forces USC into bad penalties, turnovers. Their defense couldn't stop anybody, and their offense was just anemic at best. And Arizona State pulls away in the second half and beats USC 43-22 in Tempe. Now, USC, if you've watched USC at all, you'll notice this is a trend with them. In the second half, for whatever reason, they don't make adjustments. Their defense gets lax. Their offense becomes stagnant and just stupid penalties, bad turnovers, and they've been okay so far. They've been playing Minnesota and Syracuse. Well, now you play Arizona State. Arizona State's got a good offense, got a great quarterback, and let me tell you what, they made you pay big in the second half for all your costly turnovers and penalties, and they ran up the score 43-22. Hats off to Arizona State. They look like they're for real. They look like they're legit. If you're USC, you better start buckling up, because in the second half, if you can't get it together, you can't play a full 48 minutes, you're in trouble. That's just football. Or if you can't play 60 minutes, you're out. You're gone. So if you're USC, I would be concerned about not making adjustments in the second half. Across town at UCLA, however, their whole program is a mess. They beat Oregon State this past week in 27-19, but they still don't look very good defensively. Their defenders don't know fundamentals. They go for the big hit, the big Sports Center-like knockout, instead of fundamentals, tackling, wrapping up, putting people down. They're not doing it defensively. It's not getting done. They did pull out a squeaker this week, 27-19 against Oregon State in Oregon State. Great win for them. They're 2-2 on the year, but I'll tell you what, if they don't fix the problems on defense going forward, they're going to win maybe 4 games all year long. They're going to be in trouble if they don't buckle up on defense. Offensively, I did like some improvements that I saw this week. I did like the fact that Richard Brijo was a starter. They did take some shots down the field, throwing the ball, which I liked. Complements their running game, which is very good. But until they can get some consistency out of the receiver play and the tight end, get the ball downfield a little more, they're still going to struggle. I don't like the pistol offense that they're running. I would rather see them go to a more pro-style offense. That's just me. That's the way I like it. I don't think the pistol works, but that's not my call. I think Rick Neuheisel's doing a decent job, but he is on the hot seat. If he doesn't get it together soon, and by soon I mean this week, he could very well be on his way out at UCLA. Let's jump gears in the NFL. And you know what? For the first couple of weeks here in the NFL, we've seen how valuable the quarterbacks are to these teams. This is a passing league now. This is no longer a running backs league. It's a passing league. And we've seen it. You see Tom Brady passing for over 1,000 yards already in 3 games. And you've seen Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, all these quarterbacks passing for 300, 400, 500 yards already in the NFL. And we're only in week 3. But no team has been hurt by the passing game more than the Indianapolis Colts. Why? Because number 18, Peyton Manning, is not there. For years, all we've heard about the Indianapolis Colts is how good would Peyton Manning be without the receivers that he has? How good would the Colts be without Peyton Manning? Well, you know what? Now we're going to see it, because Peyton Manning is probably done for the year with after his neck surgery. He's probably not going to come back. And if he does come back, he's not going to be the same this year. The Colts are in trouble. They're hurting. They don't have a backup that's any good. Kerry Collins is not grasping this offense very well. Still can't run the ball. And and if you're forced to throw the ball with a quarterback that's not as good or as mobile as Peyton Manning is, then you know what? You're going to be hurting. And the Indianapolis Colts are hurting right now. They're 0-3. They don't look very good on offense at all. They look like they're just running in circles, not sure what's going on. Not a good time for the Indianapolis Colts. If they don't get it together quick, you're going to be looking at a very, very long season in Indianapolis. Now, my surprises of this year, there aren't much of surprises. They were being said by everybody, and I told people around me that knew me, said, hey, watch these 3 teams, or watch 2 of these 3 teams anyway. I said, watch the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders, I tell you what, I got a lot of flack for this on Facebook the other day. The Raiders are for real. Okay, they are 2-1. They could very easily be 3-0. They've got a great defense. I love their defense. They're fast. They're mobile. They run to the ball wherever it goes. They're everywhere. Even losing Nnamdi Asomugha on the corners hasn't hurt them yet. They're just flying everywhere. If you watch the Raiders, their defense is just fascinating. Their front 7 is fantastic. I love the Raiders defensively. Offensively, I've always said the last couple of years, if they can stay healthy and the receivers can play well, they're going to be fine. I still don't think Jason Campbell's the answer at quarterback, but he's managing the games and getting the job done. Darren McFadden is playing like the superstar we all thought he could be coming out of college as long as he stays healthy. The key for the Raiders is for them to stay healthy on offense. If they stay healthy on offense, look for them to be in the playoffs at the end of the year. One of the other teams that I just absolutely love offensively is the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford. You've got Pettigrew, the tight end. You've got Calvin Johnson, Javid Best. I love this team offensively. They can just do so much. They can beat you throwing the ball, running the ball, you bootlegs, you name it, they can do it. If their defense holds up, look out for the Detroit Lions. Now, the surprise that I didn't think was the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are 3-0, including a huge come-from-behind win this past weekend versus the New England Patriots. I didn't think they were going to come back. They did come back. They played great. Are they that good? I don't know yet. They seem to be playing very, very well right now, and they're surprising a lot of people. So we'll see. Maybe they are that good. Maybe they're not. We'll see, but they're 3-0 right now, and they're coming off 2 very impressive wins, one over the Raiders and one over the New England Patriots. Look out for the Buffalo Bills. Switching gears now to Major League Baseball, how ironic is it that the Los Angeles Dodgers could have the National League Cy Young Award winner and the National League MVP on their team and still be just above 500. But for this team, that's a huge accomplishment. With all the turmoil they've had this year with the Frank McCourt divorce and who's going to own the team and the interference by Major League Baseball, all the distractions that they've had here on this organization this year, for them to have 2 young caliber players, Clayton Kershaw and Matt Kemp, to really kind of lead this team going forward, what a great season it will be for the Dodgers if they can, if Matt Kemp can get the MVP, and he should. He's vying for the Triple Crown, leads the National League in home runs and RBIs, 3rd in the league in batting average, and Clayton Kershaw's got the best ERA, 21 wins, only 5 losses, most strikeouts in the National League. I don't think you could get statistically any better than that. So my hat's off to those 2 young men for their season. I think it's great that the Dodgers are going to finish above 500 despite all the distractions this year. It does give Dodger fans hope going forward for next year. Does that mean anything? No. Until this Frank McCourt divorce deal gets finalized and who owns the Dodgers gets finalized, it's going to be tough times for the Dodgers, but at least you have some bright spots here in LA. Lastly, on a personal, I want to send out congratulations to Amy Madison for reaching the finals of the Miss Playboy September Social. She's worked hard for it. She deserves it. And just a really, really sweet lady. If you get the chance, if you're on Twitter, follow her. Her tag is at Amy_Madison on Twitter. And then also a shout out to April Catherine, who another sweet lady, and if I'm remembering right, is going to test to become a Playboy Playmate. She's a really nice lady, and you can follow her on Twitter also. Her name is April_Catherine on Twitter. So shout out to both of you ladies, and good luck coming up with everything that you're doing. And also a shout out to Madeline Cullen. You can follow her on Twitter. She's another awesome lady, Madeline Yo on Twitter, and she just got a role in a movie, a leading role in a movie. So congratulations to her as well. You ladies are awesome, and I appreciate all your love and support. Thank you very much, and we will have a new video hopefully coming up next week. All right, I'm Lewis. Take care.